No real formality here. It's just a regular Alphameet. So we've got Fidaus here. I'm Jian, I'm the host, and Carrie, is it?
Yeah.
Carrie and Hua Xiang. I'm not going to screw it up for myself. And Haruna. And got you and Justin here. And we just played what is that? Fujian Trader. And maybe we should start off by kind of saying how much we rate this game and whether you like the game or not.
One by one.
One by one. So we start with Fidaus just now.
I like the mechanic. I think maybe because this is our first time playing, maybe we don't understand some of the rules and whatnot, but I think it has potential lah. Especially I like the trading and collecting pots kind of thing. The economic mechanism I think has potential there. Maybe if we can play a few more times, then we can see the strategy properly lah.
Okay.
So
do you feel like you want to play a second time?
Oh yes, I do want to play a second time.
Do you play the pot management game?
No, I have not.
No, okay. Has anybody here played the pot management game?
No,
obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
Kacau. Because I really want to compare that, and later also we might have one more friend coming with bowling party as well. We can play that, but that has no area control mechanism. I feel like the game has it's simple enough for a trading game without overly complicating things. Although it does seem for now nobody's really playing the fortune cards, which really feels like it's weird. You've built a mechanism, but nobody's really using it. Maybe you should start with more fortune cards to entice people to start using it. Hello. Oh, okay. No problem. Sorry. Okay, cool. This place has lots of drinks. Come. Yeah, there's a chair there. Just come and join us. We are doing a short recording session about what we think about this game.
Should I wish?
Just put it down first. Anywhere. Who won? Xiang won. Yeah, they apparently they only how many turns do you play altogether?
9.
9 rounds.
9, yeah.
7 to 9. So okay, not too bad.
Okay.
But
What do you think of the game?
Yeah, so we're going one by one.
Sorry.
Yeah, I won because I got all the same color.
Oh, okay.
The area. So there's 4 points, and that's quite a lot of points.
4 points is a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that means actually if you can actually start saving up the banking away the silver, that means you can. It's also quite advantageous, but nobody did it.
No one gets to bank anything.
Well, I banked in a lot of silver
The last time, and you win.
No, I didn't win the game.
Oh. How did the other person won as well?
She was also banking in a lot.
Banking in
Because we got a lot more, right? Once it's sort of deposited.
How do you measure whether the silver is stored or not?
Just put it aside.
You just put it. No, you just during your turn, you said you want to put it back in a province that you have already bought in China, lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how do you record that?
Oh.
Piece of paper?
Yeah, I don't remember. No, I think. I don't remember.
You just put those silvers.
So I don't think you just put those silvers on the card. I think.
Oh,
Something
okay.
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Save it because I'm not going to use all of it, right? You need it then you punch it. I think this game is lacking something, and I would prefer the game having another Fujian prod, maybe.
The second Fujian prod.
Yeah.
Because nobody made it back to Fujian.
Nobody actually got to buy a Fujian card at all.
Maybe that whole I can skip my whole move and teleport to Fujian thing.
Because I think what happened was that the first mature invasion happened a bit too early.
Okay.
So we did not have enough silver to buy the Zone 1 province.
Everyone's really focusing mainly on the silver, but by then the game is already over. Maybe they can add a few more rounds, I'm not sure. I have to play it a second time. But I'm not sure if I want to.
Not sure you want to.
No, I prefer Catan over this, I think.
Why?
Because of it's lacking something. I don't know what. I think it could be slightly more complicated. That would be more fun.
Like a bit more complex.
Yeah.
Well, there is.
I think it has the potential to be complex. It's just that when we played, that thing happened. When the invasion was too early, we didn't get to really need, because I think the complexity of the game comes into our interplay, and if we were able to get the future provinces a lot, because if we get and the fortune cards also, so those two important things are create the economy more rather than the Malacca and all that all at the bottom there.
Yeah, I remember I read somewhere, or like when he was talking about it in videos, and he said like there is a very distinct sequence of play. So at first you start snapping up the empty provinces, and then you start getting the empty ports, and then you go to the provinces, and then when the Manchu invasion begins, then people will start invading each other. So I think it's just from our random draw that
and both of us put our ships away from Fujian. So maybe most people they will start Fujian closer. So we didn't know that. And also we lack the historic background, where even in the article said the story of this trader started from Fujian first, and then we don't know history. We don't
so you just want to stay far
so
away.
our experience was totally different.
And one thing is regarding the gameplay, it was too late for us to realize that there was a once player. When you launch an attack, you can add points. You use your goods to add point, and you can.
But that's our fault lah.
Yeah, that's our fault lah. So because it depends on luck already. If you don't have the advanced play, then it's also our fault lah. So maybe it was too easy to lose my pawn, and
really?
I don't know. I lost my pawn and I failed to attack other people's pawn. So if I know this, then maybe I could use my goods. I have a lot of goods, but I didn't use my goods. So maybe next time.
So you think that this game is not balanced in terms of luck and strategy?
The strategy is actually because we don't really understand how the game looks, so I cannot comment on that.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
You like this game?
Yeah, very much.
Very much?
Yeah, very much. Because I found that actually there's so many factors that we can make it more interesting. But actually we didn't know, right? Well, and like buying more province and make use of the fortune cards and attacking each other more. Yeah. But we basically focusing on more like conquer the ports, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and maybe that's the made that finish the game so soon, and you can make it more.
Need one or two more blank event cards just to pad out the game.
Do you prefer if the port was just given to you from the start? That means we just focus on getting the province card. You know, we have to get those port cards as well. But do you like that part?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
The start is a bit slow for me. I would prefer maybe more ports and then more resource at the start so that we can move faster. Because just now, because we were playing like 9 turns only, and really the province is totally not in the game at all. We were playing, and then the fortune card is lost somewhere like that. So maybe.
Do you prefer if there's another way to get a province instead of just going all the way to the Fujian?
I think the mechanics is okay, but the pace is a bit slow. The mechanics is fine. Need to fasten the pace, like more resource or more silver, like that.
I think if we can play one another, maybe we can find more. Yeah, because only for the first time we cannot.
Yeah,
really.
because most of the time we are still figuring out how to play.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so will you play this game again?
I would like to.
I will probably play.
Will you buy this game?
How much is it?
Yeah, how much is it?
How much is it? Simon.
How much do you get
Actually,
Fujian Trader for?
I don't really know about the other good.
I don't remember.
US?
100 is
US?
something like that. I think.
100
No, it was
really-
part of a
Kickstarter.
It was part of Kickstarter, so
Also,
including
you back-
shipping or not?
including
Sorry?
shipping.
I think it included.
So you back the project.
Yeah, I had it.
So that's about 400 ringgit.
Oh my god, it's
But
too
expensive.
expensive.
But understandably, they have that dragon and the ship.
Let me
The
check
dragon
again.
actually came
Wait,
out like
Johan.
at the end of a game. Only
I
came
think
out.
there is a cheaper version. I backed the more expensive one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so flashy.
There's one with just plastic or something like that.
Yeah, so it's iron
This
or
is
something.
resin.
It's actually it's not a.
Plus, consider this as well. This is another
Yeah,
mode.
they did.
Yeah,
Otherwise
the
you
problem is
It's not
this
cheap.
one. Yeah, we all like the color
Yeah, the color's not very good.
not really good.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's wood, which makes it like a bit expensive.
But aside from the wood, I think everything else looks pretty good, decent. Man.
Mm.
The artwork and the theme.
Mm.
Oh, what do you think about the theme? Do you like the theme?
Team, what's a team?
The thematic.
Thematic means.
The story.
The story.
The story.
Oh
of the
yeah, I
game.
like it. Yeah, but if you know more about the history, maybe you can enjoy more. Right?
Yeah, I use this for my teaching.
Oh.
So there's one class where I teach about Nanyang sort of like culture, Southeast Asian mercantile sort of culture in the early 20th century. No, in the pre-20th century. So I use this to sort of get students engaged with, get themselves familiarized with the maps of Southeast Asia, with the different sort of like port cities, different sort of kingdoms. That is very helpful because I get something out of it.
Cool.
Oh, Hokkien.
Hokkien.
Fujian mian.
What's a Fujian?
It's a noodle. Hokkien mee.
Oh.
Black noodle.
Okay.
So
Do you have any more questions?
I really like. Maybe you should like focus more on the larger scheme of things in terms of like where this sits in games, right? The context of like, I don't know, like point to like in terms of how popular mechanics are, and like this is like a very historically based game, right? And where do those sit in terms of like larger games? What do you think? Like, does anybody have a sense of or any opinion on like the larger context of Fujian Trader?
Okay, I think first of all, when you see this game, do you play other board games as well?
Yeah, sure.
So do you see any comparison this game with any other game?
In terms of the
In terms of-
visual and design, it's not that attractive actually for me. But yeah, once you started it, and I found it more interesting. But yeah, just once glance, I couldn't find any attraction.
But in terms of mechanics wise, do you think the way it
Yeah,
plays,
it's
which other game looks like this game?
as you
Feels like-
mentioned, like a Catan.
I see.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite one.
Oh, your favorite.
So, but basically, it's a pretty similar, right? I mean, to conquer the lands, right, and get the more
So would you say
Objective
it's
side.
more
Yeah.
like, it's a less symmetrical Catan. Like Catan's pretty abstract, right? It's got like all these hexes and like very symmetrical ports.
They attack differently though, Catan.
yeah.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
rob someone, but you can't take away their. That's why they have the mechanics whereby the game will end at some point.
Yeah.
But this game has that as well, but in a different way.
Yeah.
The combat works a lot like Risk, but the economy, the production is similar to Qatar.
Okay.
So you put that
But
together.
not that many resources, right?
Did it
Qatar
get
has
any
more
like a
resources.
game award or something?
Game art.
Yeah, game award, wall game. Yeah, sometimes they like a sticker on it, right?
Oh yeah.
You know what?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
game
get
award.
it.
No.
Yeah.
No awards. Sorry. Some people wanted to nominate it, but eventually it didn't. Like,
Oh really?
like I've seen like on the forums, they're like, yeah, you could nominate it and then it got nowhere.
Is this game huge?
I don't think so.
Good reviews?
Even on BGG, there's not that many reviews.
Oh.
Just a small handful. So you could go on BGG and put on some reviews after this.
All the information in this game are correct, right?
As
So
in
let's say the-
historically,
yeah.
I don't know. What did
Just ask me.
I mean,
The places certainly
for
exist,
example, maybe
but the names.
you could have traded in porcelain.
No, okay.
That's something that could have been sort of a goods that would be traded, right? Because that's one of the main commodities that's sort of traded in the region. So that's not featured at all in the game.
Was this also the time? This is before or after the Opium Wars?
Before. Way before.
How about the Chinese name? The Chinese name featured in the game.
What
Are
means
they-
Sang? Sang just means Fujian Trader.
Yeah, I mean, including the places.
Are those real places?
No, I mean they are real places. Of course, we know that, but they got different names with Chinese on it. Like
Also, are the Chinese names correct?
马城、琉璃国、琉球国、
Yeah, that's correct.
I think so, that's-
Yeah, that's correct.
亚旗、ngao lao ba.
That
No,
might be
I
an
made
old
that up.
spelling.
Ah.
No, it might be an old spelling as
It's,
well.
Oh.
as
Is it-
the Chinese call them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because there are different ways of writing these names of these ports in the past, right? That's not doesn't correspond with how it's being written today.
So it's accurate lah.
I don't know. I'm not an
It's also
expert
very different.
Okay.
in.
Okay, so what do you think about the rules
Yeah, it's not
wording?
That's,
When you
that's
read it.
how was
Yeah,
written
there's-
in the past.
There was quite a few
Quite a
hiccups
few.
I noticed.
Yeah.
Like whether they mean this or you mean that.
Yeah, in a couple of places.
Mm.
I don't know how. I don't know. These kind of things. I feel like when I'm writing my own rulebook right now, right? And these kind of things are all like extremely subjective. Sometimes sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it feels like there's no way for me to learn from like any mistakes they've made in this rulebook. What do you think?
I think the number one thing when you are designing a game, you must realize that people don't read. People don't read letter by letter, line by line. Even when I do my own game, the thing is in front there. You just need to read properly and never skip. So when you design, you have to take that into consideration
You mean when writing the
when you're writing the rule book. And then another skill that you have when you write something, you must summarize the summary first. Summarize the whole flow, and then the next part you go deep down. So this rule book lacks that. So if you look at my rule book, there's each turn you have 3 actions, and then after that I will explain what does each action means, and so on. So you need to have that kind of structure. So
So the rule is too general.
There's still a lot of text.
Yeah, it's a lot of text. It took us 1 hour to figure out.
Jeez, okay.
Even for like as a non-gamer, like
Yes, it's full of text.
Especially for a simple game like this.
Yeah, it turns out quite simple.
Yeah.
Despite the text.
Yeah, I watched the videos and it took me a really long time to understand that the basis of the game is basically you got 3 moves every round, every turn.
an important terms needs to be bolded or highlighted. Terms that you are keep using again and again.
Okay. So Jian, do you have anything else to add?
Well,
Or to ask, I
I
mean.
feel like this is slightly better than my impression is slightly better than shipping management game.
Oh, okay.
Cannot lah. This one already published.
Yeah, it's already published,
Kickstarter, everything.
Okay, so there's more it's not apple to apple lah. So I don't know, like even I kind of like point to point games better than hex or grid movement games. Like I remember when I was playing Venus's game, Making the Shift, right? Now I've run the risk of criticizing my peers. I really wanted it to be a point to point game because I felt like the grid movement is too tedious, and point to point actually simplifies it a little bit more, and like it makes the strategic choices a bit more obvious. And one of my favorite games also is Arkham Horror, and it's really simple point to point movement, and it gives an element of speciality to the game without detracting, without giving it too much focus on the real essence of the game, which is like fighting monsters and shit. So it feels that I think it's a good decision to do a point movement game, and
that whole bit about taxing. I don't know if taxing played a big role in your game, but I think that was very. I think that's an innovative concept. I wish you could have expanded it a little bit more.
Whose game?
Like this game, like the taxing. So
Yeah,
like
the
when you
toll.
move, the toll between two ports, it'd be nice that you could like set up a whole route of taxing. But I don't know if that's like a historical thing at all. But maybe that could be considered in a different kind of game.
I see. Do you like the taxing part? The toll?
Okay,
Toll?
It's just
I have
small.
3 routes, but then
Nobody goes to
only one.
only one because nobody went to Fujian.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so I think that concludes today's Alphameet.
So yeah, we can play Xiang's game as well you brought, right?
Okay.
Game as well you brought, right?
Okay.
Game as well you brought, right?
Okay.